The University of Alabama at Birmingham Blazers. I don't even know where to go on what the team is. Seriously. They, in and of itself, are the red-headed stepchildren of Alabama football. The state government doesn't do much to help them. Matter of fact, they lost their football team for a while because of this. Trent Dilfer, who before he came to UAB, had only coached at a high school in Tennessee. Hey, more power to you. The man was a winning head coach on the high school level, but he had never coached anywhere on the college level, and he had only coached from 2019 to 2022 on the high school level. And they bring him in to be the head coach of a team that you're sitting there going, really? What use is this? So, you've got a team that the coach doesn't have the experience to do what he needs to do. Nothing against Trent Dilfer. I am not saying that Trent Dilfer is necessarily bad, but when you take a look at these numbers, it isn't good. I really don't know what to say about the UAB Blazers because, yeah, they're a dumpster fire, but they have some bright spots, but I really don't understand where they're going. I don't understand looking at everything and reading up on them. I don't even know where to go on this. That's how bad this situation is at UAB, and I actually like UAB. I'm not saying that they're in my top 10, but they're a team that I have positive feelings about from when I was younger. But hey, oh, by the way, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff if you don't mind down at the bottom because, well, I'm trying to grow this so I can eventually start interviewing folks. But let's get into the UAB Blazers for 2024.
Hey folks, this is Paul. I want to thank you for my video. And I want to give you one thought process. He had 6 nights.
Okay, so if y'all have listened to me before, you know that I go into the record first. Their first opponent was Alcorn State. That's an FCS school. Of course, they beat them. It was 41-3. They then went on a losing streak. Some of them better than others. UL Monroe, they got blown out. They actually fought Arkansas pretty closely, 37-27. Navy wasn't that bad, 41-18. And I say that bad compared to, say, UL Monroe. And Tulane just got on a steamroller and went bumpty, 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 gone, bumpty, 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 gone, because it was 71-20. No joke. In conference, Tulane, 71-20. Army, 44-10. South Florida, 35-25. Yeah, those were all losses. Hey, they beat Tulsa 59-21. Wow. Seriously, wow. They got beat by UConn fairly closely, 31-23. Memphis, 53-18. Rice, 40-14. Oh, wait a minute here. They beat Rice 40-14. Hey! They got a third win on the season. Sorry, it really is. And then they lost a close one to Charlotte, 29-27. That's not a good record. 3-9, not a good record, and how they lost. But they're wins. They either, yeah, it just. But let's get into stats. Okay, I'm not even going to a quarterback they played two different quarterbacks. They weren't. They played two different quarterbacks. Plus, I don't know if either one of them are going to be the starting quarterback because they brought in another quarterback. Yeah, their quarterback situation is eh. But let's get into the offensive stats here. Okay, so their leading passer was Jalen Kitna, 2,209. Leading rusher was Lee Beebe Jr., 885. Receiving yards, Amari Thomas, 670. Okay, Kitna had 196 at 316, so he had 62% completion rate. Here's the stupidity of it. He had 17 touchdowns but 11 interceptions. Jacob Zeno is their other quarterback that they were playing. 82 completions, 118, 69.5% completion rate. He threw for 6 touchdowns and got 5 interceptions. They got like 8 quarterbacks. They got another quarterback that came in that they just got off the transfer portal. Yeah. Now, Dilfer's was a good quarterback, but he needs to work with these guys. Seriously. A leading rusher, Lee Beebe, got 7 touchdowns. And then a wide receiver, Cam Shanks, I got that one wrong. Solomon Beebe. There we go. Running back Solomon Beebe. I'm assuming that this is Lee Beebe's brother. Got a touchdown. He had 81 yards. Their rushing game sucks. And Terrell McDonald, the tight end, got another touchdown. And that's it. They had 9 rushing touchdowns. Jalen Kitna had negative 60 rushing yards. No joke. Negative 60 rushing yards. Amari Thomas, leading rusher, had 670 receiving yards, pardon me. Cam Shanks had 656 receiving yards, and then it went down from there. And Thomas had 8 touchdowns. Shanks had 6. Then Corey Milner 3, and there are a few other guys that had it. This was a no offensive line. Quarterbacks not knowing what they're supposed to do. I don't think that they actually have. And I mean, Kitna's a junior, so he might be back. And Zeno is a senior, so he's probably gone. But I don't even know. I mean, this offense, no offensive line, no ability to throw. It's one of those situations where what are those guys really getting a chance to learn? And they aren't going to be Dilfer. He's from Fresno State. Dilfer is from Fresno State. So he should know what it means to be at a small school to be able to go into the NFL. Plus, he won the Super Bowl. I don't know if what's going on there. Their defense has a few bright spots, but nothing else. Michael Moore, their leading tackler, had 92. Tyjon Jones had 2 interceptions. I mean, they had 4 guys above 50 tackles. 92, 75, 59, and 59. Their leading sacker had 6. This was Desmond Little, an edge. And yeah, there were a few others that had 1 or 2. But that's about it. Then one guy had 3. So they couldn't pressure a quarterback. They had 1 interception. Adrian Maddox had an interception that he returned for 99 yards to get a touchdown. That was the only interception returned back for a score. and they had all of 8 interceptions. So, okay, cool. Forced fumbles, they had 5, but they have the makings of the ability to be decent on defense. That's the only way to describe it. They have the makings to be decent. That's it, though. They don't have the makings to be able to do much else. This defense is... They just don't have it. That they've got, like I said, they've got a few bright spots. They really do. I mean, Desmond Little, awesome. What Adrian Maddox was able to do, really good. I mean, ran back 99 yards. Michael Moore, 92 touchdowns, 92 tackles. Cool. Plus, he had two of the interceptions. His long was 48, or no, his long was 40, and the other one was 8 yards. But this was, it's just not something worth watching. That's the sad part about it. Here's the thing. I honestly don't think Trent Dilfer can turn around this team to next year. He's going to go into his 3rd year as a head coach, and he might have some forward progress. Maybe. Both sides of the football are just straight up bad. Kicker is okay. Not horrible. He's probably the best player on the team. His name's Jonah DeLonge, but Trent Dilfer, I honestly don't know. Other than him running his mouth and getting people to notice the Blazers, which I already noticed the Blazers, so it wasn't like I had to be told. Plus, they're in the same conference as my second favorite team in college football, so I'm going to pay attention to them. I don't see Dilfer being able to do much next year. His 2 out-of-conference games that's been announced so far is UT. The Volunteers are going to roll over them. Like, unless something goes horribly wrong for the Vols are going to roll over them like a steamroller. And then they're playing against UConn. Seeing how they played UConn this year, maybe that'll show how much progress has been made by Dilfer with this team. Seriously, that might be the only use UConn is, because it'll probably be another loss, probably. Connecticut looks like they've got a solid football team. They've got good money coming in. I mean, their basketball teams are the reason that the money's coming in. So, and this is what Dilfer's got to work with. And they're like FAU. They've become a cesspool program. I mean, maybe somebody could do something. Maybe. But I can't imagine that they're getting that much money. I can't imagine there's much good going on there. Maybe he can turn the program around and turn it into a transfer teaching school. You know, you get in, you recruit some guys, get rid of or find out who's good, who's bad, and then, you know, the good ones will get a chance to go get paid real money at some other school. That's about the only use right now that it looks like UAB might be. But hey, that's what I got about this. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.